Hi, my name is Ariel, and I'm from the Philippines. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I can remember, I lived with my mom in a small town in the country. Mom worked as a cook in small households and made sure I had everything growing up. But I always missed some company while she'd be away working. Mommy, I want to go with you. I get so bored here all by myself. I don't even have a sibling to play with. Oh, honey, you should try and make friends with the other kids. But that was next to impossible. As a kid, I was very shy, but that wasn't the only issue. I was taller than the other kids my age, so whenever I tried to play with them, they'd freak out and run away. But I'm really 6 years old.
Yeah, and I'm Jennifer Lopez. Go away, kid. You're too big for this ride.
I couldn't go on rides or enjoy the other things with kids my age. And as I was growing up, my height was sprouting with the speed of light. By the time I was in the 8th grade, I was already outgrowing the shower heads, bathtubs, and even the doors. And the kids at school were the meanest.
Why are you eating in the cafeteria, giraffe? Go eat the trees outside in the garden.
I can see the inside of your nostrils. Why don't you cut the forest inside there, giant? Ugh, they just wouldn't stop. One time when I was in the washroom, some girls came and threw the cleaning water all over me. My mom says you're a devil child. This is gonna wash off all your evilness. This was it. I could no longer contain my anger and push them away, but they fell to the floor, acting all hurt and weak. She hit me. She hit me. The giant went all Hulk and hit me. She ran crying to the principal, and my mom was called in no time. And I was put in detention for a week. Later, when I reached home, I was furious. I don't want to go to school anymore, Mom. Those kids are just mean. It was all their fault, but no one cares because the way I look, it's always my fault. Honey, it's fine. It's just a week and we can spend it together. No, Mom, you don't understand. I feel so lonely sometimes. If only I had a sibling, it would have been so much better. And no one would dare to touch me. Suddenly, Mom's expression changed and she burst out crying. You do have a sibling. You have an elder sister. She looked like she instantly regretted saying that, and I was stunned. What the freaking peacocks? Mom, what are you talking about? I have an elder sister? I didn't want to tell you this. But yes, when your father and I separated, we decided to take custody of one child each. I chose you, and your dad took your elder sister, Pearl. Oh my God! Why did you never tell me about this before, Mom? All this time while I was wishing and crying I'd have a sibling, you hid the whole truth from me? Why? Suddenly, Mom burst into tears. I was too young when I married your dad, and he was a difficult man. I had no choice but to leave him. I'm so sorry, honey. Please understand me. I knew she must have her reasons, but I was so mad at her for keeping the secret for so long. I went inside the only room we had in the house and shut the door tight. But minutes later, I could hear people shouting. What was going on? I ran downstairs and Mom was freaking out too. Ariel, honey, we have to get out of here. There's a flood coming. We need to leave this place right now. A flood? Were we gonna die? We didn't have enough time to vacate the place, so Mom grabbed the important stuff and money, and we left our home before the flood reached us. After hours of traveling and rescue team operations, we were finally provided with a shelter. But when I saw Mom all sad and tired, I couldn't help but hug her. I'm so sorry I was mad at you, Mom. But now, please tell me everything about my dad and my sister. Maybe we can go find them. But Mom looked at me with confused looks. Oh, honey, I don't know where he is. All the papers and documents and his address, everything was in the house, and now it's probably floating around somewhere in the floods. What? This was insane. Now my only hope of finding my sister was gone. But things took a more drastic turn when we had to leave the country and go to Europe. And surprisingly, this place was super awesome. Almost everyone was as tall as me, and I decided I wasn't going to be a crybaby anymore. I'd become strong and independent to help Mom. Soon after, I started browsing for jobs all through the newspapers and found a perfect one for Mom and me. She got appointed as the head chef in an Asian restaurant, and I took the job there as a waitress. A few days later, when I was serving the customers, a lady held my hand and screamed her lungs out, "Oh God, Jesus, you're perfect!" The lady told me her name was Sheila and she was a huge fashion person. She wanted a new face for her upcoming fashion magazine, and according to her, I was just perfect as a model. I couldn't believe my ears. This was really happening. I ran to Mom, all excited to tell her the good news, and she had the best reaction. "Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. This is like a miracle." But I had to shift to the trainee headquarters in another city and live there with the other trainees. I moved out of Mom's place, and Sheila took me to a place where everyone looked like Barbies and Kens. And Veronica was the prettiest of them all. She was literally a queen. Get the heck out of my face. What are you staring at? And a witch, too. Just then, another girl came to me. Ignore her. She's just too proud of her looks and her father's money. By the way, I'm Amy. Amy was my roommate, and she was the sweetest girl I knew. We got along just like sisters. Then the day before our first big shoot, when everyone was prepping, Veronica came and handed me a box. "Sheila asked me to give this to you. It's the latest cosmetics. You can put them on for your show tomorrow." For some reason, she seemed unreasonably sweet, and I could tell something was off. So I put the box aside, but later when I went out of the room, I saw Amy screaming. "My face, it's burning. What was in that cream?" "Oh God, Veronica, she gave the cream to me." I went to her room and kicked the door open. I wasn't just tall, I was frickin' strong too. "Are you crazy? Why would you do that?" "'Cause I've been here for months and I deserve to be the face of the cover magazine. I won't let you take my place." "So you'd try to ruin my face?" "Oh, not just ruin it, but burn it to ashes." This was it. She was done for. I ran to her and pulled her by her hair, but instead of fighting back, she just went and smashed herself into the side drawer and started screaming. "Help! Help! She's gonna kill me! Someone help me!" Suddenly, Sheila came in and she saw what looked like me strangling Veronica, and she looked at me, raging mad. "What in the name of Gucci?" "No, Sheila, it's not what it looks like. I swear, I can explain." I tried to explain the whole situation, but now she wouldn't listen to me, and she cut both of us out of the main magazine cover. And after that, Veronica made it her life's goal to destroy me. A week later, we had a ramp show, and since it was my first, I invited Mom to see it as well. On the day of the show, while I was getting ready for the event, I saw Veronica tampering with the straps of my dress, and I just wanted to kick her butt when Amy held me back. "No, stop. What are you doing? I'm gonna teach that witch a lesson." "No, wait. I have a better idea. She tried to ruin your face and humiliate you on stage in front of everyone. Kicking her butt won't be enough." Amy came up with a plan, and we sneaked into Veronica's room and sprinkled allergy powder all over her dress. Minutes later, when Veronica put on the dress and walked onto the ramp, I noticed something really weird. She had this birthmark on her back that looked like a heart, just like Mom told me my missing sister had. Did this mean Veronica was my sister? What in the fish freaking world? But before I could react, it was too late. She was already on the stage and scratching herself like crazy, bad enough to rip her dress off, but I couldn't take it anymore. If there was the slightest chance that she was my sister, I couldn't see her like that. I looked around and saw a janitor's trolley kept at a distance. I picked up the water bucket and went onto the stage and dumped all the water over Veronica's head. "You witch! I'm gonna kill you!" "Veronica, listen to me. You splashed dirty cleaning water over me? What were you thinking? You're gonna pay for this now." She jumped onto me and we broke into a fight in the middle of the ramp, and the cameras clicked everything. Sheila looked at us raging mad, like a bull. I quickly ran inside, but Amy too went bonkers on me. Why? Why would you do that? You should have just let her embarrass herself. Have you gone nuts? "No, Amy, it's not like that. I just think she's my sister." "Your what? Is this some kind of joke? No matter what you say anymore, I'm just gonna kill you now." She leapt onto me, but just then someone caught her. He was a tall man, and he had eyes just like mine.
"Veronica, control yourself. Is this how I taught you to behave in public?"
"But Dad, she did this to me. Can't you see what it—"
"Enough. That's enough."
"No, Dad, you have to listen to me."
"Veronica."
He raised his hand up in the air to hit, and I couldn't take it. "Stop it! What are you, an animal? Can't you see she's already in pain and shivering? What kind of dad are you? You don't have to stand up for me, jerk. I can fight for myself. I don't need your pity. Saying that, she pushed me and I was about to fall to the ground, but Mom caught me. I guess I wasn't wrong about leaving you. You're still a jerk. And look, you have turned my daughter into a bad person, just like you. I should have never let you take her. Oh my God. So I was right. That man was my dad, and Veronica was my sister. What? What is she saying, Dad, and who is she? Mom explained everything to her, and Veronica went all bonkers. Why? Why did you never tell me I had a sister? And Mom, you said my mom died in a car crash.
Who cares? She's dead to me anyway. She caught me cheating on her once, and she divorced me. Filthy witch.
Gosh, she's not filthy. You are. You're such a jerk, Dad. I hate you. Veronica ran out of the venue, and I followed her. Veronica, listen to me, please. I know you're hurt, and I know how difficult it must have been for you to live with that man all this time. But now you have a family. You have Mom and me. I'm your sister, Veronica. Please, look at me once. She turned around, and I could see the tears running down her eyes. I'm so sorry, Ariel. Dad always treated me like I was never good enough, so I just wanted to prove him wrong by being the best model. But I didn't realize I was becoming a bad person, and I ended up hurting you, my own sister. Please, forgive me. Oh, Veronica, it's okay. Come here, sis.